Sleepless nights, the rain or shine. Hey y'all, this is Austin Bishop, and you're streaming the Melodies and Memories podcast with Jillian and Aaron Schreiber. And all I do is 'cause the daddies walk around blues.
Welcome to the Melodies and Memories podcast with Jillian and Aaron Schreiber, brought to you by Arlo Revolution. Each week, they connect melodies and memories with fans and singer-songwriters from all genres of life. When all else in life is gone, music will be left to leave the legacy of life's adventures. Please welcome your hosts of the Melodies and Memories podcast, Jillian and Aaron Schreiber.
What's up, everybody? We are live, and I'm excited for this show tonight. I am a little under the weather, as you could tell. I don't know, so excuse my raspy voice tonight, but I woke up this morning with a little bit of a cold, and luckily that's all it is. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm just double checking to make sure everything sounds good.
So we're gonna have our co-host do our read tonight. So
we're gonna switch it up a little.
I'm kind of excited about that. But we're gonna wait till she gives me the thumbs up. Make sure our sound and our audio is sounding good. If you're in the chat, if it sounds good, let us know where you're listening from. It's gonna be a fun show tonight. I'm really excited to talk with Jody. We tried to do it a couple weeks ago. I know we had some technical issues. Tonight is sounding great. We are ready to go.
I think we're good.
Good on your end? You ready?
So far, so good.
You nervous?
Am I nervous? I mean,
this is your second time reading this read, so
yeah, make it work. Whatever.
All right.
Bear with me, guys.
All right, here we go.
Hello and welcome, everyone, to Season 6 of the Melodies and Memories podcast. I'm your co-host, Jillian Schreiber.
And I'm your host, Aaron Schreiber.
Our mission tonight is to provide a platform for motivated singer-songwriters, passionate fans, or someone who's making a difference in and around the music community. We hope everyone listening leaves inspired with a positive outlook and begins connecting their own melodies to memories. Tonight, we're presented by our good friends at Arlo Revolution, cinematic wedding films, music videos, and promos. Find them at arlorevolution.com. One tree planted. For every 1,000 downloads of the show, we plant a tree with one tree planted. Download the show on your favorite podcast app. Pod decks. Pod decks are your hottest tool to get your next great interview. Unique interview questions in the palm of your hand. Our on-screen sponsors, Art on a Higher Wire by Joelle, original and custom artwork inspired by your life moments and treasured photos and memories. And Shed Services. At Shed Services, we offer a full range of maintenance services depending on your needs. Find them at shedservices.com. Looking for ways to support, sponsor, or sponsor Melodies and Memories, then please head over to our Patreon page. We have tiers that start at just $1. If Patreon is something that you cannot do, the next best way to support the show is to like, share, review, and subscribe. Remember, you can join us live every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central on Facebook and on YouTube, where you can interact with the show, ask questions, or join in our live chat with your favorite guests. Remember to visit our website, melodiesandmemories.com, for music news, concert reviews and photos, playlists, and more.
Did great.
Did I? I read that awesome. Really. I'm so sorry. I was getting that echo in my ear, and I couldn't hear what I was doing.
I want to get the echo. You still got it?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Now.
All right.
So,
well, like I said, we are very excited tonight. We welcome in Jody Chappell for episode 143. The West Tennessee native has been grinding since he first picked up the guitar. And wait till you guys are church fans out there. You're going to kind of like a little bit of the story tonight, too. But we are honored to discuss the melodies and memories that make up his journey. We're going to welcome Jody on right now. What's up, buddy?
What's up? Can y'all hear me? I think my thing's actually frozen.
I hear you perfectly.
We hear you good. We hear you and see you.
Yeah, everything looks great on our end.
Okay. It's frozen on my end. Y'all aren't, but I am.
It might catch up. Yeah, we can hear you and see you perfectly fine on our end, man. It's looking good.
I'm going to keep it rolling, though. I don't need to see myself. We're good.
Right?
So, man, welcome to the show. I'm glad we finally can make this happen tonight. I'm excited. So, because we almost got to talk a couple weeks ago, but I don't know what was going on with that connection.
Yeah, man, that was very frustrating for me. But we're back, and as far as I can tell, y'all can see me, and it looks good.
Yeah, we're good.
Sounds good. So I like to start this show off the same way every week and throw it way back to your earliest music memory, and then also your first concert experience. Everybody always has a pretty cool first concert story.
My first concert experience.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, it was September 11th, 1999. I still have the ticket, actually. It was my first concert. We drove from Union City to Memphis, and I saw the Backstreet Boys, or not Backstreet Boys, NSYNC in concert. And my mother said, I don't really remember it, it's pretty vague, but my mother said that I cried the whole time because I couldn't hear them singing from the girls screaming, and I kept telling her, like, Mom, make them stop screaming so I can hear them. Literally the entire pyramid, it was in the pyramid, which is now Bass Pro. You couldn't hear them singing from the teenage girls literally screaming and crying their eyes out. But that was my first concert.
That is awesome. That's before they shut the pyramid down too. That's probably one of the last shows they had there. They didn't run it for much longer after that, did they?
Grizzlies actually played there for a few years before they built the FedEx Forum.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I love that. So what kind of got you into music, man? What's being played around the house when you were being raised or growing up?
So my dad had this CD tower, and me as a child in the mornings, instead of turning the TV on, I learned how to play a CD a lot quicker, you know. And I would just dig through a CD tower. I would just pick a random thing, usually by the album artwork. Wasn't really old enough to read what was going on, but I really gravitated quickly to the Eagles.
Nice.
Their Hotel California album, and then their actual first greatest hits album specifically. That album itself, I didn't know it was a greatest hits album at the time, but that album kind of defines my early childhood as far as music goes.
I love that, man. Mine was actually very similar, but it was my dad's stack of vinyl, man. I'd go through there, and I remember seeing the Eagles and like the Beatles and stuff like that. And dude, that was earliest memories for me was those old vinyls. So it's pretty cool. Like to hear that, how that continues. For you were born and raised, man, Memphis, Tennessee. What finally pushed you to jump from a very rich music area to another rich music area in Nashville, dude? And how long have you been in Nashville now?
So, I was actually born in Union City, Tennessee. I lived there till I was in first grade. And then we moved to Memphis for better opportunity on my parents' side, job-wise. And growing up there, I really got into promoting later in high school. And with that led to me promoting music events, my own events.
Nice.
And I kind of played drums throughout high school just on my own and stuff. And one day I kind of decided I wanted to learn how to write a song. Well, I had a left-handed guitar, and I'm left-handed, but I can never get it right. And one day I was at a buddy's house, and we were all hanging out after school, and he had a right-handed guitar. And that day, he taught me 3 songs on the guitar. And Love Your Love the Most by Eric Church was the first song I ever learned to play on a guitar.
That's
I
cool.
love that.
From that point, man, I literally the next day I sold my drum set, bought a guitar, and that was 16 men, and kind of played with it and learned how to play so many other people's music. And then my mom one day was like, why don't you write a song? And I was like, I mean, I could try. I didn't know what I was going to write about. And at this time, Instagram had just kind of been a thing. No one had Instagram at this point. It was so early. But I did. And there was this Instagram name. It was this girl's Instagram name, and it was called Forever Tonight. And I was like, that could be a cool song title. So the first song I ever wrote was called Forever Tonight, and it was written after just an Instagram name.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
From that, and then I just kept writing from that point on. And I moved here 6 years ago.
Nice.
So I've been at it, man. I love it. I wouldn't want to be doing anything else.
Now, you still play on a righty guitar, or because you learned how to play on a right-handed guitar, right?
Yeah, it was kind of weird, and me and my mom were kind of talking about it one day, and I had a toy guitar when I was a kid, and from watching like Garth Brooks and people like that on TV, they always played right-handed. Well, I would walk around acting like I was playing that guitar right-handed. It just felt natural, I guess, from years of doing that. When I picked that left or right-handed guitar up, it just felt right. So yeah, I play a right-handed guitar.
That's interesting. That's cool because like I never really have known anybody that's left-handed plays right-handed guitar, so that's pretty neat.
That's cool.
I tried the whole flipping it upside down thing. That didn't work. That was harder.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I bet. So now, before you wrote your first song, "Forever Tonight," were you dabbing in writing at all? Did you have any like poetry books or just writing anything down? Like maybe when you're in high school, writing ideas down.
Throughout school, I was always when it came to writing a poem. I don't know. I just weirdly gravitated to it. It was something that I enjoyed because they in school they express it as an art form.
Yeah.
And I was always obsessed with art. Art was my thing. I did an art major for a few years, and then I did medical, and I was just like, I need to go to Nashville. This is just, I can't stand it anymore. I wasn't getting anything out of it because I wasn't thinking about it. All I was thinking about was writing music and, just moving to Nashville.
I love it. So you always want people just to hear that music that you were putting out or that you're writing, correct?
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
I would put it out on SoundCloud, like my early stuff, but I never really knew what Nashville entailed, if that makes sense. I was clueless. I still am. It's always a learning, journey. But like when I was in Nashville, I was, I miss that innocence sometimes because it was so much more fun when it was that way. It wasn't so serious. Like now it's like you gotta, it's Nashville's fun, but you moved here to, be a country music artist. So it's like
now. Are you like I'm a big fan of Jonathan Singleton. He always talks about like the artist thing, the songwriting thing, and kind of. Are you wanting to be more of an artist or more of a songwriter? Where do you think you fit, or do you really like just being the singer songwriter?
Man, honestly, like I'm at the point now where like I'll kind of take whatever the good Lord wants to throw my way, because I feel like you can't. With one, you can be the other. You can't really. It's hard to define yourself as one these days unless you just absolutely choose to. Like some of the best songwriters are also some of the best artists. I think and with that being said, their artistry might not be as well known, or their songwriting might not be as well known if they're an artist, but it goes both ways. So I'm just kind of like whatever. Comes my way, I just take it as it comes. I'm chasing both. I just try to write my best songs and try to put myself across as well as I can to be an artist.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Fantastic.
I love that. So was it really, it was probably tough leaving Memphis and still going to Nashville though. Just leaving that area because you probably had it pretty good in Memphis too, huh?
It was, Memphis is like,
I
love it. It's a beautiful city. Yeah. Like the best parts of Memphis are amazing. But for me, Memphis was never going to be somewhere I was going to stay forever, regardless. Just the culture there is beautiful and like the food there. But me, I've always felt like there was more for me out there than what Memphis had to offer. Nothing against Memphis. It's Nashville's this massive, thriving city full of, like-minded people. That's, right where I wanted to be. And there is art, good artists and songwriters out of Memphis, but it's tough, man. Memphis
so I gotta ask you then.
Really tough market.
Beale Street or Broadway?
Bro. Broadway, man.
Man, there's some nights I had on Beale Street, some good stuff. But we were talking earlier. We saw Eric Church. I think probably at the same time we probably crossed paths at Kicks on Beale way back when. I think it was like probably 2008, 2009, somewhere in there. He played out there, and we were probably at the same show and didn't even know it.
Right. You had to have gotten a bucket from Silky's.
Yep.
Big diver bucket. That was like.
We used to go to FedEx Forum for wrestling, and we'd go out there and get those buckets and stuff. I don't drink anymore, but back when I did, you just walk down Beale Street.
Right, just carrying a bucket full of straws.
Can you imagine if Broadway started doing that, though?
Oh, they can't. There's no way.
That'd be insane, man. That would. It'd
I
be
don't want
insane.
that.
It's a different
wild
world.
stuff down there. They close the streets now, but they don't allow drinks out on them. So
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So I was listening to some podcasts, and I heard you wanted to travel to Chicago. Have you got the chance to come up this way? Because that's where we're based.
man, I
out of.
haven't been to Chicago yet.
Dude. We
It's
gotta
on
get
my
you. All right.
it's on my list of things to do. I really want to go up there, and I was planning on doing it this year, but it didn't happen. But next season, I want to go up, and I want to follow the Cardinals up there. I want to go watch a series of Cardinals and Cubs one day.
Nice. That's right. You grew up a Cardinals fan for sure, being in that
Yeah,
area.
man. It was either you're around here, you're either a Cardinals or a Braves fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Few Cub fans around there, but
I grew up a diehard Cubs fan, man. So that's cool.
Mhm.
So hey, if you ever get a chance to come up and the Cubs Cardinals are playing, dude, I'd love to bring you out to a game
Yeah.
or something. We'll have to do
oh
something.
yeah, dude, absolutely.
sure.
You'll be the first person to holler at. I don't really know many people up there, so
I'll take you around. I'll show you everything you can around Chicago, man. It'd be fun. We'll
Oh,
get
I'd
you some
love
deep
that,
dish
dude.
pizza and go to a Cubs game. So next summer we'll have to talk.
this picture
sure.
you got up right here that was probably one of the coldest things I've ever tried to do. It was like 9 degrees that night, and the wind was blowing.
Oh my goodness.
We're trying to get this outside shot. That cup is warm whiskey. I can promise you that. It was cold.
Well, one of my questions I have on here that I kind of skipped over is kind of songwriting. It might even lead into a little bit about this. Do you like songwriting for in a group or solo more? Are you a fan or just kind of sitting down, just you and your thoughts,
man.
or do you want to sit down with
Someone
somebody?
asked me this the other day, and I hadn't really thought about it much until recently, because I've actually been trying to push myself to get back to where I can write these songs, by myself, or feel like I'm getting everything I can out of them by myself. Because there for a long time, you moved to Nashville, where there's some of these best songwriters in the world, and it's like you come up with what you think is just a phenomenal idea. You start writing through it. You're like, man, this song would be awesome to write it with so-and-so that, you might know could kill this idea. So you kind of halt it, and then you take it to them. So my writing by myself kind of slowed down a lot with that. But over the past few months, I've kind of been trying to do it more often. I've written probably 2 or 3 songs by myself over the past few months, which is better than 3 years without doing it. So
For sure.
I know we got to talk to Corey Smith. And he was talking about how he was almost selfish because he wrote by himself for so many years, and he just started because of COVID almost writing with other people.
He's the reason I only wrote by myself for so many years.
Yeah.
Like he's, other than probably Aldine, probably like one of my biggest inspirations. Like,
I love it.
And Brantley there too. But the way Corey writes, like he was that dude in high school. Everybody went to the Corey Smith concert. It was the biggest party you could go to.
Yeah.
I don't think we lived in Mississippi for a week before we heard of Corey Smith.
No.
And we moved to Mississippi when 2005,
2003.
No, that's when he was like
really
popular.
We saw him all over the South.
Yeah, and like I used to go to Rick's Cafe in Starkville and see him, his places like that. And dude, that's still one of my favorite bars.
I've seen him at Minglewood Hall in Memphis probably 5 times.
Yeah,
he's just awesome.
Dude,
when we interviewed him, he's amazing. He was such a cool guy, down to earth, very
We saw him at the New Daisy on Beale Street. That's where we saw him too. We saw him at the New Daisy Theater way back when. That was one of our first shows. That theater's closed, isn't it?
So I used to promote for the New Daisy, and a company came in and bought it and renovated it, put this phenomenal sound system in it. And it's actually one of the better venues in Memphis now. It used to be rough.
Yeah.
I saw first person I ever saw there was Muck Sticky. And then I saw the Cadillac Black there.
Oh
yeah. And then a few years later I saw the Cadillac 3 there. So that was pretty cool. Same building. Both of them are completely renovated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Who was it that we saw? Was it Dirks?
Oh my gosh, honey!
I think we saw Dirks Bentley at New Daisy.
I don't remember what happened yesterday.
But that venue's awesome now. I've seen Dustin Lynch there. Who else? The last person I saw was Cody Jinks. He was
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, he was phenomenal.
So tell me a little bit about your duck camp tour, about the concept, and if there's gonna be more of them in the future, and what got you into being. I really like this about you because other than playing guitar and writing songs, your other love is hunting. So tell me a little bit what got you into hunting and everything.
It was kind of just I had no choice but to love hunting growing up. Everybody around me did it.
Yeah.
It was just what you did. Like my only person that ironically didn't hunt much was my dad. He does now. He goes. He's not a big cold weather fan, but me on the other end, I look forward to it. But yeah, my uncles, both of them hunt. All my buddies I grew up hanging out with were all hunting, but I always just gravitated towards duck hunting for some reason. The camaraderie that comes with it, the type of people that you interact with while you're duck hunting. Like you come across some really interesting like characters in a duck blind. You learn a lot out there. I can tell you that for sure. But it's just a great, atmosphere, and this. Other than being on stage, I want to be, looking up in a duck blind for birds. Like, but I got into that. Just my uncle was a guide, so I was always duck hunting with him. And then as I got older, I got to where I would help him guiding sometimes, and it was always something I wanted to do, but I realized, it's kind of short lived, at least with us, because my family spot, the way Tennessee works now, whenever the person it belongs to passes, it goes to the state. So I'm going to lose my family hunting spot one day because of that. But the longevity of it, so I just kind of really started thinking, what do I really want to do? So I moved to Nashville, and then I didn't go duck hunting for like 2 years almost. And that was rough. Just trying to get out of town was tough because it's, you're broke. Your only time you work is on the weekend because everything income wise in Nashville is on the weekends.
Yep.
Yeah.
So year before last, I went hunting with Sean Stimley, and it was me, him, and a couple other artists. He had invited me out, and they apparently do this the last weekend of duck season at this lodge every season. We didn't kill anything. It was the worst duck hunting I've ever done in my life. Nothing against this lodge. It was everywhere. It was just that season. The season was horrible. And then, but I was on my way home and I was like, that was one of the best times I've ever had. And we killed like 4 or 5 birds all day. Like it was warm. Like we were eating pizza in the blind, like hanging out, drinking beer and stuff. Like it was a good time. Like, and I was like, why can't I do this every time? Everyone in Nashville, like, is always like, when are you taking me duck hunting? Like, I want to go duck hunting. And some of these guys are insane artists. Like, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, a duck camp tour. Like, it's just a traveling, show of rotating artists and songwriters. And we play basically a Nashville style writers round.
That's
for these lodges, and it's all documented. I got really great film and videography going this year. I had a great guy last year, Hunter, but I'll have 2 or 3 on every hunt this year. So
nice, dude.
That's cool. That's very cool.
That's gonna be great to see all the stuff that comes out of it and everything else.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Like, just some of the opportunities I was blessed with last year, and the first year was just insane. When I got a phone call that I was going to get to take Brantley Gilbert on duck hunting one, but not only that, like his first duck hunting trip ever.
Yeah.
He's never been duck hunting. And I get to, that's, huge full circle. Like I've spent countless amounts of money and hours going to see this man play live. Never in my life did I think I was going to be standing next to him in a duck blind. So
now, when you get out there, is it hard not to like start writing out there? I'm sure you got thoughts going in your head. Or do you honestly have a notepad and you're still writing them when you're out there? You try to shut it off.
For me personally, yes, it's hard not to. My brain, that's where I get away from everything. So usually during duck season, I don't write a whole lot. But my notes they get full. And I spend that during the summer, I spend that time writing these ideas, because between work and the duck camp tour, I don't really have time to write during duck season.
Yeah.
So, and on these duck camp tour trips, there's, you're hunting deer in the morning, you're getting up early. There's a lot of everything kind of going on. So I do have one or two this year where we're going to have time set aside to write, but as far as writing in the blind, that's tough. There's a lot going on usually.
I'm sure.
I agree. So what does the rest of the year into next year look like for you, man? You got any new music that's going to be coming out?
Yeah. So Friday the 21st,
okay.
State of Mind drops.
Nice.
The title track to the EP that I've been slowly releasing. And then from that point, I'm kind of in the wings on things. I got a lot of really good music I've wrote recently. So kind of probably going to chill out a little bit and let these songs kind of see what they do, really push some of these hard on the social medias and in person through this duck camp tour and stuff like that too, and just see what kind of happens. But no doubt I'll always be releasing music. I'll never stop doing that.
We'll have to have you out at another round sometime soon next year.
Yeah, man, I'd love that. I love to play y'all's thing. Anything that benefits a charity like St. Jude, I'm 100% in there.
We are 100. Being so close to Memphis, that's something that was near and dear to us. So every time we do a Nashville show, 100% goes to St. Jude. Anything we
I'm probably gonna be doing a charity shoot this coming spring.
Nice.
Like at a range and like clay targets and stuff at a gun club, and I'm gonna incorporate St. Jude, and I'm gonna do some kind of organization to benefit our military.
Nice.
So that's probably my two things I'm passionate about, is those two. So St. Jude and the military.
I love that, man. Yeah, we're just being close to Memphis. We just kind of, Jillian's works at a hospital as a nurse, and it's just something that we kind of just gravitated to living out there. So I love it. So we're gonna move on to our Powered by Poddex, is our sponsored section of the night. We pulled a couple cards earlier. One of them is, do you ever struggle with self-doubt about your music career or your abilities? If so, how do you overcome that in order to keep going?
I feel like you almost, I wouldn't say doubt, but I feel like there are times where, because of social media and sites like that, where you do find yourself comparing yourself to others. And that's just a fact of reality that we have to live with as artists, unless you just completely separate yourself from social media and you have somebody running your social media accounts. Like, you're going to see that stuff, even if it's your close friends. Like, we're all in different positions. There's no one right way to go about doing this. And, you see people gaining success really fast, and you see people who've been here for, 10 plus years finally getting success that you feel like might have deserved it 8 years ago, so it gets tough. It's a mental game. It's very mentally tough living in Nashville and doing this. But we're all like, what else do I do? I don't know how to do anything else, And it's where my heart is. So there's always the good always outweighs the bad, but the self-doubt side it comes and goes. It's kind of like the monster under your bed, if that makes sense.
Totally. All right. Well, I love that, man. The second card we put out is, what do you think is more important in a song, the melody or the lyrics?
Oh man, that's tough. I'm gonna say, this is just personal. Probably lyrics on my end.
That's what I'm thinking.
But there's no such thing as a bad song. It's just, you just might not like it. Somebody does. So I'm a lyrics guy.
Yeah, that's me too. I remember you were talking about like the CDs and stuff. I remember, man, going looking at the CD books and looking at the song lyrics and just just read all the different lyrics, even the old cassette tapes too, pulling out the old books out there and reading all the lyrics.
Yeah, like,
that's something I'd always do.
When I was the first time I could really, or first time I ever caught myself really comprehending a song and the words to it, you know, you're that, you know, adolescent in middle school and the girl of your dreams just broke your heart and that song just ripping you to shreds, dude. Like mine was Hanson, man. That was my favorite in middle school, the Hanson brothers. But they had a song, dude, and then just lyrically, it was just at the time I was like, man, like this is exactly how I feel. How do they know this?
Yeah. Well, I did a little digging, so we're gonna segue into our next segment. It's called Melodies and Memories. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play four clips of a song. The first memory you have with this song, just go ahead and spit it out. All right, go ahead and hit the green button. Take it easy. So when you hear Eagles, take it easy, man. Where does it take you?
Oh man, I'm in Destin, Florida. I'm buried up to my ankles in sand in a chair, and I got a Happy Dad in my hand. That's where I'm at.
I love that one. I love it. Hold on, let me load up this next one. I don't know. I picked a good one here in a little bit, but this next one we might have already talked about a little bit. Hit the yellow. Love a good loud honky tonk. It rocks on Friday nights. So does that take you back to playing the guitar, or does that take you back to maybe seeing the church show? Where does Love Your
Man, that just gave me chill bumps. That took me right on. Honestly, my head went right to Bill Street, probably because we were just talking about it. But just being a kid and trying to see him, like I couldn't physically see him from the people, and like just on the way there, like this song was playing on the radio, and it was his, you know, one of his first singles that he ever really got on radio, and like seeing that was. I didn't know it then, but it was definitely one of the bigger moments of music in my life.
I love that. I love it. All right, so this is the next one that I went digging on. It's gonna be hold on.
Every time you say that, I get nervous.
No, this is one because you already kind of mixed it. Because I was a really big fan of this band too. But I liked a lot of their stuff later on. So go ahead and play this next song. Hit the green button. Did I nail it or what? That was my favorite song, man. Hanson saved me. When you hear that song, where does it take you, dude?
Oh, dude. Trying to get that song in my CD player. Like, trying to get that CD to work in my CD player. And, man, I used to listen to that album before bed every night.
That was my jam, dude. I loved that song. I love Save Me by Hanson. I was always
just the way that song starts out.
Yep.
I mean, I feel like at that point they were in their later teens. So his voice was not that way when they first got, you know, hit the scene.
They're still rocking to this
Oh
day,
yeah, dude. Every time they play at Wild Horse randomly all the time. And when I was working 2nd Avenue, I can remember they would play Wild Horse and the line would wrap all the way down 2nd Avenue and around the back.
Oh my God.
Whole block to see them still to this day.
I love that. Yeah, dude. That song was that was one of my jams when I heard the Euro Hanson.
They were the whole reason I wanted to play the drums.
I love it.
Because the youngest one played the drums, and I was like, if he can do that, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then this last one, it had to be a must be with your connection with Memphis. Go ahead and hit the yellow button. Walking in Memphis, was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. So when you're walking in Memphis, man, where does it take you?
Of course, to Bill Street, but more specifically, probably Blue City Cafe and their gumbo fries at like 2:30 in the morning. That's walking in Memphis, man.
Oh yeah, I love.
If you haven't had those, you got to. Blue City Cafe. They have these fries and they pour gumbo over the top of them.
Oh my God, that sounds so good.
That sounds terrible.
I said the same thing.
She's not a gumbo girl.
No.
I said the same thing, and the people I was with was like, no, you just have to try them.
Yep.
And I mean, we've been out all night, so usually anything sounds good, but this was the last thing I really wanted. But they were very, very good. They're like my favorite thing down there.
I might have to try that next time we're in Memphis. That sounds good.
It sounds good.
Well, before we wrap up and have you play a song for us, buddy, we're going to put you on the hot seat. What it is, it's kind of 10 quick questions, 60 seconds on the clock. First thing that comes to mind. The first vinyl record you ever purchased?
The Allman Brothers.
Nice. If you had an endless supply of something, what would it be?
Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, yes.
That's like a staple in our house. We fight our kids over.
So that's the best pizza you ever had.
Ooh, probably. I'm gonna get roasted for this. Tombstones.
All right, I like that.
We do those.
What's the strangest thing you've ever seen in the middle of the road?
Oh, in the middle of the road?
Yep.
Probably a naked homeless man.
Oh man.
Okay.
The worst day job you've ever had.
Oh, dude. I did 42 hours of work at Crazy Town on Broadway. That was without a doubt the worst job I've ever had.
I wouldn't doubt that. What's one thing people buy that you feel is a waste of money?
Water bottles.
Oh, okay. I think this is the second time we had that.
Yep, somebody said that recently.
All right. What's a song you wish you wrote?
Probably. Dang it! It's Morgan Wallen's song about his mama.
All right. The one that he just recently put out. I love that one, dude.
Yeah,
one of my favorites. I hear that. What's something on your to-do list you never get done?
Laundry.
Feel that? And then your favorite microwavable food.
Favorite microwavable food? Probably mini sausage biscuits.
Ooh, man, we gotta get those next time.
I was just thinking, oh my god, that sounds amazing.
That sounds
really good right now.
Well, buddy,
I haven't had them in a while, but them things are good.
That sounds awesome. Well, if you don't mind playing one for us before we take it out tonight, we'd love to hear one. Just introduce the song and kind of let us know a little bit of the backstory on it. We'll give you the stage.
Oh, man. All right, so this song specifically, I wrote it with two good friends of mine, and that specific day, we had I myself was kind of dealing with some personal things, but it was with an old girl that I was dating, an ex. But kind of the stuff she was telling me made me want to get back with her, but that wasn't an opportunistic thing. But anyways, this song specifically is called Weather the Storm, and it's about somebody you love and really putting yourself out there to really go there, weather the storm, see it through, see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Love that.
So here we go. Clouds rolling in, another storm's coming, can't put a finger on it, gotta be something we can do. If you want to keep this thing going, so saying it's over, let the rain fall, let it all blow over till the sky turns blue. I promise you, I want to take another ride down a back road, get you underneath some stars with your eyes closed, and wake up in the morning in that 3-bedroom ranch house you always wanted. Won't waste another second, another minute, won't watch another sunset without you in it. From a rocker on a wraparound porch, baby, if you want to, we can weather this storm. say distance makes a heart grow fonder, but right now it's all lightning and thunder. It's killing me. Is it killing you? I wanna take another ride down a back road and get you underneath some stars with your eyes closed. Wake up in the morning in that 3-bedroom ranch house you always wanted. Won't waste another second, another minute. Won't watch another sunset without you in it. From a rocker on a wraparound porch, baby, if you want to. We can weather this storm. And I know you've had about all you can take. This levy on my heart's about to break, so baby, what do you say? We take another ride down a back road, get you underneath some stars with your eyes closed, and wake up in the morning in that 3-bedroom ranch house you always wanted. Won't waste another second, another minute. Won't watch another sunset without you in it. From a rocker on a wraparound porch, baby, if you want to. We can weather this storm.
Yeah, love that, man.
great.
Oh,
Appreciate that, guys.
awesome tune, dude. Well, man, we want to appreciate or just thank you so much for spending the last hour of your time with us tonight.
No, yeah, dude. Thank y'all for having me. I've enjoyed this. This was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad. It was fun.
It was cool because we had a little bit of a connection with the Memphis thing, dude. So I knew we were gonna go down that road.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed
Honestly,
that.
like when y'all, I was like, did they change names? I was like, what? I kept typing in Memphis and nothing was popping up. And I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, it was just probably about a month or two ago. We finally pulled the plug, and
we were gonna wait a little bit, but
we just kind of
felt
outgrew
right.
it.
There's never really, for name changes, there's never really a great time. Just sooner the better, though. You know,
we were like, let's just
y'all
jump
are
into
good.
it.
I like
On to bigger and better things, but we still have Gaining Fast on Memphis is still in our heart and always will be. So,
man, that's part of who y'all are. So,
hell yeah, man. So, but thank you so much, man, and we cannot wait for the new single next week. What was the name again?
State of Mind.
State of Mind coming out on the 21st, right?
21st.
Hell yeah! All right, well, we'll push it. Don't worry about us, man. We'll take care of it for you. We'll make sure we gets out there.
Awesome, dude. I'm excited. Thank y'all again. This has been awesome.
Appreciate it, buddy. You have a great night.
Y'all too.
Thank you. That was a fun show. We made it through.
We did. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good?
Really good. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if those meds are finally kicking in.
I was going to say we doped you before the show to try to make it through. So I'm glad
I had a little special guest during the show, but
yeah, my little streaker.
He had bottoms on.
He did have bottoms on.
All right. I had to drop the camera real quick. I didn't know if Facebook was going to kick us off.
For those of you that don't know, we run our show out of our basement. So our children are above us, running around playing, doing God knows what. And
jumping on trampolines.
Avery wasn't sure if he could flush the toilet, if it would be too loud. So he decided to show up on camera to ask if he could flush the toilet. So he asked. That was very polite of him.
And that's what that's our crazy life. It always is. It's something about it.
It's who we are.
Yeah, hey, we love it though. But you know what? That was an awesome show.
That was a great show. He was fantastic.
I'm glad we waited.
Yeah.
I'm glad we waited when we had good connection.
Yeah, me too.
Everything sounded good, looked good.
Me too. I hope he has a good duck season.
Oh my god.
I
want one of these days. I want to go out and just watch someone duck hunt. Like, I don't know if I ever would. It'd just be cool to go out.
I would duck hunt. I would rather duck hunt than deer hunt. I'd love to go duck hunting.
I did like clay shooting. That was fun.
Yeah.
When we were down in Mississippi, I used to clay shoot. That was awesome. I had fun doing that.
Yeah. I don't think I could deer hunt though. But for sure.
Well, your brother doesn't duck hunt. He just deer hunts.
He deer hunts, yeah. He might go duck. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that. He might go duck hunting. He's gone before, I know for sure, but Get him to take us out.
Those pictures were flipping through with Jody. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was
awesome. So
it was a great show.
We want to thank you guys for joining us tonight for episode 143 with Jody Chappell. The passion and the drive he has for his music and life speaks volumes. We want to wish Jody nothing but the best. I can't wait to see what he accomplishes in 2022 and beyond. And don't forget to catch up on everything you missed from tonight and past episodes over at melodiesmemories.com. And we're going to see you next Monday with another awesome show. See you guys then.
The Melodies and Memories podcast with Jillian and Aaron Schreiber, brought to you by Arlo Revolution. As we close the book on another chapter, remember, music gives us soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Next week, Jillian and Aaron connect more melodies and memories with the fans and artists they love. Thank you for being a part of this musical journey, and we will see you next time on the Melodies and Memories podcast with Jillian and Aaron Schreiber.